My name is Janine Janicelli, and I live in Raleigh, North Carolina. And I had heard about living water for over 30 years and never tried it because I didn't drink water. And so I had uterine cancer. So from the year 2000 to the year 2013, I had 22 skin cancer surgeries, from basal cell to sebaceous carcinoma to squamous to premelanoma and then to melanoma. Couldn't figure out why I couldn't get rid of all these different cancers. And then I got uterine cancer in 2013. And the doctors told me unless I had massive surgery and chemo radiation that I was going to be dead. So I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to go that route. So I had a card that I kept in LA where I visited my friend who had been drinking living water for 10 years. And so I went to his home and he said, "You need to drink my living water." And I said, "No, I'm dying. I'm just going to sell my car and get my things out of your guest room and go home to die." And so he said, "Well, if you're going to stay here while you're doing this," which I was going to stay 2 or 3 weeks, he goes, "You're going to have to drink my water or you're going to have to get a hotel." So I said, "I'll get a hotel." So I went to look for hotels, and they were in Hollywood Hills. They were very expensive, and for 3 weeks it was like, I don't know, $3 or $4 grand. So I said, "Okay, I'll stay with you. I'll drink your living water." So for 3 days he gave me these bottles of living water, and I poured it down the drain. And then after 3 days, he said, "Are you feeling better? Are you sleeping better?" I said, "No." He goes, "I see your light on all night." He said, "You look like hell." He says, "You're not drinking my water." And I said, "Yes, I am." He goes, "No, because you'd be feeling a difference." So he was a 25-year-old kid. And at the time, I was 50. Wow. So he's standing in front of me for the next 3 days watching me drink this water. Wow. And so I was like, resistant, but I was sleeping through the night. And then I was feeling much better. And then after the end of the 3 weeks, I used to drive down to the end of my driveway to get my mail because I was in so much pain. I was now walking a place called Runyon Canyon. If any of you know what that is. I was walking it with him by the 3rd week. Wow. And so he said, "Would you like to buy a living water machine?" I said, "No, that's okay. I'm dying. I don't want to spend the money." So I got on a plane, went back to Raleigh. And 2 days later, he showed up at my door with the machine. He gave me a machine and said, "Drink this water. Wow. I know it's going to help you." And I said, "I feel great, but I've got cancer. Cancer doesn't go away unless you do chemo, radiation, and surgery," which is what I was trained to believe all my life. And so I looked at my ex-husband and I said, "All right, when I'm gone, make sure that you give him the machine back." And he said, "Okay, I will." He told me to drink 2 gallons a day, which I did for 6 months. The phone rang one day. It was my OBGYN, and she sounded stunned to hear my voice. She goes, "I was calling to pay condolences to your husband because I thought you died." And I said, "Well, what made you say that?" She says, "Because you were stage 4 last time I saw you, and you've missed your last 3 appointments. So I just assumed you'd passed away." And I said, "Oh, I'm sorry, I missed them. I've been feeling so good. I haven't thought of coming in for my appointments." She said, "It must have metastasized to the brain because you shouldn't be feeling great having done nothing," because she knew I did nothing. No treatment, no nothing. Oh, okay. So she sent me to her office. She couldn't get the ultrasound to work, so she thought. Then she sent me to Duke, and then with my records, and he called her up and he says, "I think this is the wrong person because the records you sent me are as a woman with cancer, and the woman I just examined has no cancer in her system." Oh my God. So I was like, wow, maybe the water works. And so I bought a machine, and I thought, well, I'm cancer-free. I'm not going to drink that 2 gallons a day. So from 2013 to 2017, I drank 4 16-ounce bottles a day. And then I got diagnosed with breast cancer in January of 2017. Got back on 2 gallons a day in April, cancer-free. Then 2 months later, they found cancer in the other breast. And so I thought, well, I just need to go back to drinking all this extra water. But what was interesting in my case was, for a person that had 13 years of all these skin cancer surgeries, once I started drinking this living water, I had no more skin cancers. I had no more biopsies. I had no more cryo sprays, which I used to get 5 to 7 every visit. I had acid reflux, which was really bad. It went away. I was a chronic all-nighter, never slept. Now I don't sleep because I'm awake to do business. But after I started drinking the water, I was sleeping straight through the night. And then with my children, my ex-husband, he was on 9 medications. Within 4 months, he was down to 2. I have a son that very high level, high functioning ADHD. He got on the living water and he started calming down. He got off the meds. I have a son with a heart condition, constantly had heart palpitations and a tachycardia arrhythmia. Within 3 months on the water, nothing, no more. His wife had lupus, always sick, always in pain, always miserable, and she really wanted to die. Her pain was so bad. 7 months on the water, she's asymptomatic, no more pain, she sleeps through the night. And so I've been sharing this with over 17,000 people since 2013. And I can honestly say, and God is my witness, 100% have either felt a small bit of difference, a medium size, large, or completely healed of their disease. And so I've made it a point. I've quit all my other jobs, and this is all I do now, is share the water with people, because this living water is amazing. And in the Bible, there's 172 references to living water and what it does for you. And you just have to share it. And I always say, people say, well, who's your prospect? I go, if they're breathing, they're a prospect, because plants, people, and animals need this water. And so share it, because if you don't share it, you're doing a disservice to everybody that you meet, because they need to know it, whether they're healthy or not. If they're healthy, great, they need to stay healthy. And if they have issues, they need to at least try it. And I'm very, very pushy in my sharing with people, because a lot of people that I didn't push are now dead, or now diabetic, or now battling cancer. So I always tell people, I'm going to push you, I'm going to bug you until you tell me to get lost, because you need to try this, because I don't want you calling me in a year saying, by the way, I'm going to get your machine because I'm diabetic now, or I just got diagnosed with cancer. And I hear that all the time. So I thank this living water and the people that are in this family that have totally changed my life and my family's life.
Hit the link in my bio, and I'd love to work with you.